Well, they'll be calling you a radical. I'll be sending this to Governor Cox. So Nuscale has got interviews out all over saying we advanced nuclear. It cost $500 million. Utah taxpayers, well, not taxpayers, and ratepayers, both. Utah taxpayers, and right out of your bill, they ripped us the fuck off. They ripped us off for hundreds of million dollars, and they're going to get away with it. And they're coming out saying we advanced in technology. There is no fucking... Remember I was at Idaho National Lab recently? Remember I was there? And I'm like, I've been there the whole time, all 10 years of this. I walked the walk. And my buddy owns the bar there, Atomic City. You know, remember when I handed one of my close, lifelong best friends was fighting cancer alongside of me, Paul Winchester, and he died. Remember I left his obituary for Allison McFarland, head of the NRC? This is a fucking sham. They're out there saying they didn't advance. Remember I was up there talking to them, they said they're not testing anything. There's nothing. How about the fact that they're dumping stock at $11 and $12 a fucking share? It's at $2. They knew. That's against the law. That's against and Reyes? What's he going to do about it? Remember I asked him at the Bear River Massacre, of all fucking places. Him and Governor Cox show up at the Bear River Massacre. We used to call it the Baden Battle. I'm always there every year. Why are they there? This is right before Governor Cox became governor, and he gave the speech. He says, we're here because this was Utah territory. I'm like, Utah territory? After, I said, Sean, why are you airing your ignorance in public? That's not what we were told. And now remember, I asked him at Weber State University, let's get back to me asking, the Attorney General was there, Reyes. So I asked him, Sean, are you related to Jose Reyes, the CEO of Nuscale? You know, a lot of people are calling it the Reyes connection. It's a sham. You know it's a sham. No, I'm not related to this guy. Well, what about these little SMR nuclear reactors Utah's paying for? They're being tested right over the hill here, right here in Idaho. Massacre Rocks, right over there. I don't know anything about those. Then he turned around and says, make it perfectly clear I'm not related to it. Okay. Like Tim Ballard wasn't related to Ballard, who just passed away. Okay. Sean, why are you airing your ignorance in public? I mean, so I asked him at Weber State about the little SMRs, and he didn't even know. As soon as he becomes governor, he signs an agreement with Bill Gates. Bill Gates could be the most hated man in Utah. Remember we had a trial against Bill Gates, 11-11-11. Now, why wasn't Kevin Blanch there at the trial? Why wasn't I there? I was in the bone marrow transplant at LDS fighting for my life. We had a trial against Bill Gates. Bill Gates stole the operating system here. Remember, it was invaded by that Idaho boy in Utah. Bruce Bastian. Go ask him. Bill Gates stole it. Shift F-13. Remember? You know, remember the whole Novell word perfect fucking shamockery? So I'm sending this right here. This is an SMR reactor. I'm sending him, you know, it's an Easter bunny, right? Yeah. I'm sending that to Governor Cox and seeing if I can get a couple $100 million. This is an SMR nuclear reactor that can, you know, power fucking Brigham City, Morgan, Lehigh, freaking Murray, Logan. I said Logan. You know, all these mess. They formed these shell companies and went and gave $200,000 grants. And this brings me to the Obama administration. And Biden calls Axelrod a prick. What an insult to a prick. Axelrod's a dirtbag that should be in prison, just like Rahm Emanuel. You know, Axelrod and Rahm Emanuel are both involved in the cover-up of Fukushima. They're scumbags. David Axelrod's one of the greatest criminals who ever walked. Biden called him a prick. What an insult to a prick. He's a fucking punk. And all you fuckers are still on your fucking knees for Axelrod and fucking Rahm Emanuel. Rahm Emanuel in Japan? And eat up that fucking Fukushima fish. How many, let's see, what did those two do? In your Democratic Party you love so well? Fuck, I don't know which one's worse. They lost 12 Senate seats. You heard me right. Axelrod lost the Democrats 12 Senate seats. You heard me. The expert political strategist, that's the most pitiful, pathetical fucking, that's the most pitiful, political strategist in human fucking history. He's a piece of shit. So is Emmanuel. They belong in prison cells. So, Nuscale, let's start from the beginning. 2010. It's cooks up this fucking idea. They got these back at Idaho National Lab again, where they tried them in the 60s, they had to peel people off the ceiling. When they tried them at Santa Susana in Los Angeles, what's that? Just blew up on 8/8 on the White Sea in 2019. By the way, this is very important. I've been looking for my book. I got to find it. I have an autographed copy of her book, Anna. Putin's Dirty War. Remember when Putin on his birthday had her fucking murdered in cold blood? The great, incredible activist that went after Putin in 2003, 4, 5, 6. Remember Putin had her murdered on his birthday in Anna? You know, she's born and raised in Brooklyn. That's when Putin was fucking getting really out of control. You know, the guy that's killed her actually shot her in cold blood in the middle of the day, got 20 years in prison. He's out. Tsar Putin's letting prisoners out of prison to go fight in Ukraine and then gives them a pardon. He just got pardoned today. Fucking unbelievable, the imperialism that's going on in this fucking country. And don't get me wrong, I'm no fan of Biden. Genocide Joe? Oh no. Fucking, there's no difference between Obama, Dumber, fucking Trump and Biden, well, Bush for that matter. Democrats giving one of the greatest war criminals in human history a standing ovation on the fucking House floor. By the way, net neutrality, they finally got it fucking back. Yeah, 3-2. They're going to talk about it and vote in the fucking House tomorrow. It's like dumbass Trump. Hey, I'm Trump. I just found out about that shadow banning. That shadow banning. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Can you believe that shadow banning? I was doing videos about fucking Trump fucking in 2009. Fucking, I mean, shadow banning. Remember that shadow banning? I just found when he passed the law to create shadow banning. He's the one that killed that. Well, he signed the bill. Congress did. To create shadow banning. They finally got it done, 3-2. So they're going to vote. Anybody that says net neutrality is not good is a fucking idiot. Well, they're fucking loyal subjects. They like to be repressed. They like to be ruled by imperialists. So let's start back at Nuscale from Hell. Nuscale from Hell, 2010 come about. The way it works on these little reactors, you got to get the private funding. So any of you guys want to put up the money, and then the government will match it, and then we'll take it public. We'll fucking scam the venture capitalists, and we'll get rich, and then we'll just say, we advance the technology by. And not do anything. Just a big fucking scam. So the original financing came from Kenwood Financial. I'm the guy that exposed that. Kenwood Financial was a Ponzi scheme that a South American gangster went to prison for. Came right out. He came here and still gave him the fucking money. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, they'll never get a license through the NRC. So they go to the Utah State Legislature, and we have what we call AMPs, which is wind and solar. So they've got to change the fucking wordage and the verbiage of that bill in order to get fucking nuclear is going to be a renewable. It was for alternative energy sources. Wind, solar, wind, solar. They go down there and lobby the politicians and bribe the politicians, just like they did in Ohio. And the FBI goes after them in Ohio, the nuclear energy bribers, and puts them in prison. Larry Householder, the lead fucking politician in all of Ohio, the House Majority Leader, he's in a federal prison doing 23 years. They did the same thing in Utah. But they called it gifting. Gifting's legal. Well, it's not legal to lobby inside the House. I catch them dead red, lobbying under session. I catch them cheating every which way but loose. They still pass it, okay? It's like Ohio still bailed them out after they got him. So Utah passes it. They change the verbiage to where now the money coming out of your power bill in Utah is going directly to Jose Reyes. Fucking, I like how the guy calls him John Hopkins and not the university that saved my life. I mean, both my daughters are John Hopkins guys. So I'm fighting full cancer. I'm in the bone marrow transplant right across from Memory Grove at LDS East State Bone Marrow Transplant. My doctor's an anti-nuclear. He's like, go get him. I'm over there fighting, fucking exposing. They're trying to get Blue Castle on the green. I used to chant, Blue Castle on the green, put up a statue of Ted Bundy on I-15. Ain't happening. So they pass it. So it starts coming out of our bills here in Utah. Just a couple $100 million. Right? They ripped us off. So then, they're saying we got to get this is before they get a license. So the Nuclear Rally and Cheerleaders, the NRC, Trump gets in and he appoints Christina. I'm like, whoa, well, that won't get no license now because she used to work at Idaho National Lab with the CEO of Nuscale, squirted a Carvalis with Kathleen Higley and crew at Idaho National Lab. They work together. Well, that can't happen then. I have lots of connections there, tons. I've been up there so many times fighting them. And so she's got to recuse herself. Nope. It passes by one vote. She approves it. I'm like, that's corruption as fucking hell. Now, the only person that ever challenged the NRC on this was Kevin Blanch. I challenged Alison McFarland right to her face. And she's come out and turned against these things. So Bill Gates is going to build one camera. I know everybody up there. I says, no, he's not. They're just feeding them money. It's a ripoff. So I'm an ex-Wall Street guy. I'm an ex-investment banker. I worked on Wall Street for a long time. So they're going to take it public. So what they did, Tim Martin and I are working together up in Corvallis. Tim Martin's living in Corvallis. Tim Martin's got his fucking RV set up right there by Nuscale. On purpose he did to investigate. He says they got all this equipment in here where they're going to build these things and get all this high-pressure gear to send international, blah, blah, blah. They're parading. He says they're driving around in Bugattis and fucking fancy cars in their Patagonian fucking clothes. And they're parading fucking investment bankers and venture capitalists through one after another. He says, then when they got all done, all the equipment just disappeared. It was just a big fucking sham. I'm in the lobby and this is a fucking sham. So the venture capitalists say, okay, we're taking it public to Wall Street. I mean, Jose Reyes rang the bell and everything on Wall Street. The stock opens at $10. They knew what they were doing. They knew that it wasn't working. So hurry and take it public, then we'll unload our stock. We'll get a bunch of stock, we'll unload it, and fucking we'll be rich, and then just say our hands up, we advance the technology, buy. I told you they were doing that. So the stock goes public at $10. Now, when a stock goes public, the government and Wall Street support the price on it. The range was between 10 and 15, it went at the bottom range. So it goes at 10, then when the fucking PPP loans, and again, the PPP loans, I like everybody, it's anti-government, but the same people that are anti-government got these PPP loans, which is more than ripping off your own grandchildren, ripping off the future, because that's money we don't even have, and they're cashing. So everything bubbled up because of the psycho-inflation and everything when they dumped, between Trump and Biden unloaded fucking trillions of dollars onto the economy. Everything bubbled up, including Nuscale. Went up to $14, so all the investment fucking venture capitalists sold off. All the insiders, and it's because they have to report it. And I've been reporting in detail. At $12, $11.42, there's Jose Reyes, the CEO, just dumped another $2.2 million. This Colbert, who's a CFI, dumping millions of dollars. This John Hopkins dumping millions of dollars worth of stock. This is just a year ago, fucking this year. And the stock's just cratering. It's crumbling fast. And the investors are being ripped off. Now, the media here promoted the fuck out of it. The media just pounded the drums here. That's why, I can't believe the media is so guilty here. KSL's guilty. Deseret are so fucking guilty. They just pounded story after story after story, how these little SMRs are going to save the world and trick their people, trick their readers, trick everybody. When there's no such thing. Now, Reyes and those guys are still doing interviews and all over, they're playing back old interviews. They got their feet up in the Bahamas, fucking, whatever they're doing with their millions they made. They just threw their hands up, say, sorry, it's that. Hopkins called it a dead horse. We just walked away. But we advanced the technology, 500 million. They didn't advance anything. They didn't show us one single thing. It was all a loot job from the beginning. Yet the UTAHAN'S got ripped off. Where? Well, Reyes. He's the Attorney General here, right? Well, so Sean Reyes, his name's Reyes. Are they related? He told me they weren't. Well, how come that? Well, okay, if the state of Utah got ripped off, we're the ones that funded it all. We got ripped off. But nobody's going to do anything about it? The media? Fuck Deseret News and KSL pounded these fucking SMR nuclear drums harder than anyone. They're the criminals. They should be arrested. I mean, why Utah's fucking sending their money to Tim Bauer, who's a sexual predator. He's going to fucking Colombia to hang out at the fucking... You ever been in Bogota? Oh, I've been in Bogota. I know where he was hanging out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We know what that is. Whoa. He's saving the world. $100 million while Kevin Blanch is doing all the dirty work and nobody from Utah sent me 5 fucking cents. The most accomplished activist in the history of the fucking state. What a painting, huh? Wow, what a painting. Yeah, Ackerman and myself did that painting. You know, it was my idea. He put it semi together, and then I fucking went to work on it. You know, it's on Van Gogh. By the way, Ackerman's fighting for his life with fucking stage 4 fucking prostate cancer. Wish him well. So I'm fighting him. I'm battling him. I'm in the house. I mean, play back the tape. I'm exposing every bit of the lie. I'm telling you, short the stock, short the stock. The stock's going, I'm doing video after video, short it, just like I did GE, just like I did Chicago Bridge and Iron. Remember when that went to zero? A lot of people made a lot of money. I did have one guy in Vegas sent me some money for, you know, helping, because he made a whole shitload of money. How come he didn't make it? Well, I was, right when that stock cratered, I was having open heart surgery for the first time. You know, in the critical condition I was for this whole time fighting. They shammed us. They ripped us off. And they threw up their hands the other day and said, okay, all right, bye. Where's the SEC? Where's the fucking SEC? They were unloading stock when they full fucking well knew they were going to walk away. They were unloading. Jose Reyes sold $2.2 million at fucking $11.42 earlier this year. It's at $2. I mean, they were unloading. That's against the fucking law. Fucking Utah, we're just going to sit back and they're just going to fucking rip us off. And there's, we advanced the technology. Too bad, fucking. There was never this. So I'm sending this. This is my new SMR design right here. This is it. This is my SMR design. So I'll be sending this to Governor Cox and the Utah State Legislature, and because this is going to save the world. It's going to power up all these municipalities. This is a nuclear energy reactor. This is my new design. I've come up with it. I'm going to advance the technology. This is my, you know, and the red tape. John Curtis, one of our, oh my God. By the way, Mia loves fighting for her life with fucking stage 4 brain cancer. We wish her well, but, you know, all these people, the karma, my God. So John Curtis is introducing a bill. We got to hurry up the red tape. That's what slowed down these. No, they came out and said, we didn't have it. It's a dead horse. Too much expensive. They never had it. It was a sham from the beginning. And they didn't have no money. They did this all. And now they're multimillionaires. They sold millions of dollars worth of stock. Millions. And we're going to let them get away with it. So he murders Anna. And it was so heartbreaking. I was protesting in New York in these days. We went to the streets of New York so fucking big time when she was killed. She was the best, wasn't she? God, she had guts. That's when there are no investigative journalism anymore. Well, look what they've done to Kevin Blanch. You know, look what any of us. Look what happened to Michael Hagens. Look what happened to Megan Rice. Look what happened. Look what they did to fucking Aaron Swartz. You know, look what they did to Anna. You know, he's out of jail. I wonder why there's no real investigative journalism. There's no journalism. They're black and yellow media. The black and yellow fucking media is fucking disgusting, especially here in Utah. KSL should be fucking ashamed of themselves. So should Deseret News. They're doing articles just the other day. Oh, this is too bad. When they ripped us off and they shamed us. So I'm sending this to Governor Cox, and I'm going to take this down to the Utah Legislature, and this is my new SMR. I need you to start funding it, at least $200 million. And then I'm going to have them tested. Again, I'm going to have them tested at Idaho National Lab. I'm going to take it up there. My buddy owns the bar up there I grew up here in Ogden with, up there in Atomic City. And we're going to be testing these. I'm going to get a federal grant. I'm hoping that, Biden will give me a grant. And or Trump, whoever becomes the next geezer at Caesar, the fucking puppet. Fucking Axelrod, what a dirtbag. He came right out of the nuclear industry. So did fucking Emmanuel. How does Rob Emmanuel become the fucking ambassador in Japan? Because he's the cover-up of Fukushima. Hello. Rhodes Scholars. Rhodesia! You ever read about that dude? Imperialists from hell. Nuclear's their greatest tool. So I'll be sending this to Governor Cox. Well, I'm going to hand deliver it to him. I'm going to go down and see if I can set up a meeting with him. I know him personally. I'm going to hopefully I can be able to talk to Sean. I know Sean Reyes personally, too. I know all these politicians personally. I've interviewed every one of them. I'm going to talk to him about this and see what he's got to say. You know how I am with them. I just ask him, hey, well, what about this? And, I cordially, just nicely ask him. Let him answer. They're going to let him get away with this. They're going to let him get away. Prick. Axelrod, what a fucking insult to a prick. Fuck. What a piece of shit. Pro-nuclear piece of fucking garbage. Fucking, so this is my new SMR design. That's a nuclear reactor. So it's a nuclear reactor. The Great Pacific Genocide. All the work that I've done, especially on the ocean. I'll be back there soon. We're going to get a great full moon cycle. Beautiful full moon on 12/12. Starting 12/10. So 12/10, 12, I'll be on the ocean. Got a pacemaker now. All those years at LDS State bone marrow transplant. I spent so many years in there. All those great nurses and those wonderful, amazing doctors and PAs that saved my life. Beautiful, incredible Utah women. Trying to save you from you in Utah. I'm 7th generation here, by the way. They ripped me off. I pay a power bill. My lights are on right here, what little bit I have. So there's my new SMR. So I'm going to be going down and see if I can get a grant. See if I can, I'm an old investment banker. I know how to do it. I'm going to take it public. What should we call it? Easter Bunny? Tooth Fairy? I want to call it salmon fishing or blue marlin. No, mermaid fishing on the Great Salt Lake SMRs. I live right here on the edge of the Great Salt Lake. So that's what I'm going to call it. Please send money from the government. And I like all you people. We're anti-government. We hate the government. We hate the government. But I never got a stimulus check. I never got a penny. I got kicked off Medicaid, and I got a bill for $1.8 million. I'm the son of a Special Forces Marine who gave his life. What a painting. All these people that are fighting for their lives, including Mia Love, I wish you well. What a brutal fight she's in. Thomas Ackerman. They don't support me. Of course not. Free radicals for support, but that doesn't mean I don't support them. I support anybody who's fighting cancer. I wouldn't wish cancer on my worst fucking enemy. Never. I would not. It's that brutal. You ever been in a bone marrow transplant unit? I lived there. Oh, fuck. It's so brutal and hard fucking core. It's been one hardcore battle. So, I made it 12 years. I was given 2 months to live when Nuscale was pulling all this scam. So, there's my new SMR design. What do you think? Think Governor Cox, well, he's funding the one in Kemmer that doesn't exist. We're already paying for that. Giving money to, Bill Gates. These guys got rich. So here's my new SMR sign. I'm going to call it Mermaid Fishing on the Great Salt Lake SMRs. Stay tuned.